next guest, Ryan Hansen, who's the color analyst for the University of Arizona and the Wildcats. We got to kind of get into the big question. John Calipari leaving Kentucky for Arkansas, and now we're hearing rumors possibly Tommy Lloyd could be one of the candidates if they would pay the buyout, which is like $12 million. All right, Rhino, I don't know, man. I don't see it happening, but stranger things have happened in this industry. What are your thoughts? Is that a job that you could see Tommy Lloyd wanting?
What's interesting is you said it, the coaching carousel is never not moving, right? And especially a domino of this significance. If you're Tommy Lloyd, you probably have to listen, right?
Yeah,
you have to at least hear the pitch if Kentucky's going to roll out the Brinks truck, the Wells Fargo covered van that's just going to be full of gold bullion. Do you listen? Of course you do. Just like anybody else that's a listener to your radio broadcast in their chosen field. If you could double, triple your salary at a new company, wouldn't you listen? Of course you do. Now it comes with trade-offs, as you very well could see. Even a guy like John Calipari probably got worn slick by the expectations, pressure, the big blue nation that comes with that paycheck. Would Tommy want to take on? Would never speak for him, would never want to even hint at that I have inside information. Why? Because I don't. But any basketball coach is probably at least listening to a certain degree. But you're right, it comes with a whole lot more than just, hey, it's Kentucky and they can write the check.
And on top of that, considering a brand new athletic director that did not hire him, and so you never know when there's a new AD comes into town. That somewhat changes things, doesn't it? Or could change things.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to at least think that through, right? Who hires you and who hired that person? And in Arizona's case, you have a new athletic director and you don't have a president. The president that hired that AD that was at the helm when Tommy was hired. Yes, President Robin's still fulfilling his contract, so let's not act like he's not in the office fulfilling those duties. But point being, not the long-term president for Arizona. So all of those questions you have to ask yourself. Then you look at the other things: quality of life, opportunity to be successful, chance to win a championship. And in this day and age, guys, you know what this means: NIL purse. Do you have the support outside of just the athletic support on campus? Do you have the community support by way of donations and support that the NIL dollars can help you, craft your team into the future? All those things have to come into play. And I think if you're Tommy Lloyd, there's a lot of check marks in those columns at Arizona. Kentucky is not in any better position than Arizona, maybe slightly in a couple of those. But he's got everything he needs here from my perspective. I'm not him. Not speaking for him, but I think you have to look at all of those factors. And yes, your boss, that definitely is a factor.
Well, here's my, I guess I'm going to tag team on this then. Ballo apparently is going to enter the portal. Would that influence Tommy Lloyd's decision, or does that have nothing to do with it that Ballo's going to leave?
I'll tell you this, Jimmy B. I've used this phrase for a long, long time. It's even more apropos now. No one player is bigger than the program.
Yeah.
No one coach is bigger than the program. And I'll start off with this. Oumar Ballo, one of the most best persons I've ever been around. Been around Arizona basketball since 1992. Oumar Ballo ranks up in that upper echelon of people, of just flat out good human beings. I want nothing but the best for him. And the other side of that is it's 2024. It's a new era of college basketball. And what I don't want people to think is Oumar Ballo's decision to put his name in the transfer portal is any declaration or statement about the situation of Tommy Lloyd as the head coach or of Arizona basketball. This is the new era, guys. All Oumar Ballo is doing, from, if I look at this in his case, and so are the guys at Arizona State, and so are the guys pretty much everywhere, is it's the marketplace. They're putting themselves in a position to maximize their earning potential or their business decision, and it is even more of a business decision than it ever has been before, I don't think it's a complete knock in the face of any program that someone's leaving. And that goes again for Oumar Ballo. It goes for Frankie Collins at ASU. It's not a knock on Bobby Hurley that Frankie Collins has put his name in the transfer portal. He is checking his marketability. Can he maximize his earning potential at 21, 22 years old in the field that he is very skilled in basketball? That, hey guys, he's got to earn the most he can in a very short window early in his career versus you or I, who hopefully as our career goes on, our earning potential increases with the skills that God has given us. It's different for student athletes. It's different for basketball players and athletes. It's a business decision. And I don't look, sorry for going off on a soapbox on this, I don't look at this as a bad thing for anybody that's kind of checking their marketability in the current marketplace.
Ryan Hansen joining us here, University of Arizona color analyst for the basketball team. And I want to get your thoughts moving ahead. We can move on now. Tonight's game, what is it going to take for Purdue to win, or what is it going to take for UConn to win?
What a matchup. I'm very excited about today's game. It's because it's all the things you know, right? It's hitting clearly, to me, probably the two best teams that have exhibited and demonstrated the highest level of basketball for the most period of time. Pretty much all season long, these guys were on a collision course to a certain degree. You have elite level big men. What a throwback. Here we are talking about 7 potentially going to define the championship game. You have the player of the year in Zach Edey, who has been, relatively speaking, unguardable in a mano-a-mano situation, going up against Donovan Clingan, who might be the only contemporary in college basketball that could match him 1-for-1. You may not have to double team if you're UConn. That gives UConn a huge edge that pretty much no opponent, including Arizona, has been able to just flat out guard Zach Edey one-on-one in the post. I think Clingan has the toolbox to do that. Size obviously helps him at 7'1", almost exactly the same weight, but Clingan is just an absolute eraser in and around the basket, altering shots, blocking shots. That's going to be an epic Goliath versus Goliath matchup. So then it takes you to the next guys. Who is going to step up and make plays? When I look at UConn and their athleticism, their connectedness, their versatility, their ability to score and impact the game with shooting, with ball movement, I just think they're too much to handle. I think Purdue has some great players. I think that perimeter play can match shooting-wise in a lot of cases, maybe even eclipse from a percentage standpoint what UConn can do from the three-point line. But this UConn team might be one of the most dominant 2-year stretch that we've seen since the Wooden era. And I think they're just a freight train that is going to be too tough to handle when you look at what they've been doing, obviously in the NCAA tournament, winning by double digits for the last couple of years, running away with it. But don't sleep on Purdue because of player of the year, potential knockdown shots. I think they're going to give UConn all they can handle.
Ryan, thanks for the time today, buddy. Enjoy the game tonight.
I will. You guys too, and hope to talk soon about some more college basketball, even though it's winding down.
You got it. We will. That's Ryan Hansen, University of Arizona radio color analyst. Follow him on Twitter at UA Rhino on Twitter and X. He's brought to you today by All City Towing. If you're looking for a career that pays great, it's got incredible benefits, All City Towing. They are looking for new people to join their team. Just head to their website, allcitytowing.com, and just search careers. That's All City Towing. Statewide service. They answer your call 24/7. allcitytowing.com. So another one for UConn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
No.
No, Ryan Hansen's the other one for UConn.
Oh, yeah. He liked UConn. I still like Purdue in this matchup. We can get into that in the next segment or so. But I just think that the key to the game for Purdue is Reagan Smith, their point guard. He hasn't played well at all. He's due to step up and have a big game. If he does, this will be I'll use a Minucciism, football term, a real slobber knocker all the way until the final buzzer.
Hey, we'll recap the back pages from around the country regarding the women's championship yesterday as well as tonight's game. But, of course, we got to do football at 50 next.